Hello, good morning everyone. I am Nilanjana Sharkar and you are welcome to Biostudy Pathshala. Today we will learn about biochemistry and it is part 3 of the biochemistry session. So, today I will talk about reaction kinetics, reaction rate and rate law of any kind of chemical reactions. We all are aware of these terms but have no such an idea or such a knowledge about these facts. So we will learn today. So what is reaction kinetic? So reaction kinetics is also known as chemical kinetics, as because it is the branch of chemical science which concerned with the understanding rate of any chemical reactions. That means here we are concerned about the rate of any kind of chemical reaction. It is also known as the reaction rate. Some terminologies appear regarding the reaction kinetics. These are reaction rate, rate laws and half-life. So what is the reaction rate? It is the speed at which any kind of chemical reactions take place. That means in this speed the reactants are converted into products. And what is the rate law? It is the mathematical expression which can give an idea about the relationship between the rate of any kind of chemical reaction and the concentration of its reactants. Next term is half-life. Half-life means the half of the total time. So what about the total time? The time which is required for the completion of any kind of chemical reaction. So half-life is the time which is required for the 50% completion of any kind of chemical reaction is known as the half-life. So next is the reaction rate. As I have mentioned before that reaction rate is always concerned about the speed at which the chemical reactions takes place, and it is the speed at which the reactants are converted into the products. That means the concentration of reactants are deduced where the concentration of products are increased. As you can see that in this graph, that the blue line is for reactant while the red line for product. You can see the change of the concentration of reactant over time is decreasing while the change of the product over the time is increasing. That is why the reaction rate is expressed as the change in the reactant over the change in the time, and it is expressed as negative because we can see that the reactants decreases over time. That means minus delta concentration of the reactants, that means the change of the reactants over the change of the time. And if we express the reaction rate in the term of the product, it will be expressed as delta concentration of product over delta T. Here this value will be in positive while the change in the reactants, the value will be in negative, as because the reactants are decreasing over time while the products are increasing over time. As you can see in this reaction, that is XA plus YB equal to ZC. Here A and B are reactants while C is product. So if we want to express or if we want to calculate the reaction rate of this particular reaction, this will be minus X delta A by delta T. X is the number of the A reactant, and in case of B, Y into delta B by delta T. Y is the number of B, that is the molecular number, and Z into delta C by delta T. It is expressed as positive value and these are expressed in the negative value. Next is 3A plus 2B equal to 4C. So the reaction rate will be expressed in this way, that in this place of X it will be 3 delta A by delta T minus. In case of B, this will be 2 into delta B by delta T, and in case of C, it will be 4 delta C by delta T. So I hope you will understand this. So next is what kind of factors can affect the reaction rate. These are temperature, light, pressure, size of particles, catalyst and concentration. How these factors can affect the reaction rate we will learn. So we know that more temperature causes more kinetic energy, and if the kinetic energy increases, collision between the molecules again will increase. And if the collision between the molecules increases, then the reaction rate or the reaction will move faster. That means the reaction rate varies as with temperature. It is a proportionate relationship. Pressure, it is applicable for only gases, because if pressure increases, that means the collision between the gases again increases, and if the collision between the gases will increase, the reaction will again move faster. That means here again the relationship between the pressure and reaction rate is exactly proportionate relationship. In case of size of particles, it is applicable for the solid reactants, as because the size of the particles increases, then the surface area of the reactants again increases, and if the surface area for the reactants increases, that means the reaction will move faster again. So it is again a proportionate reaction. In case of catalyst always lowers the activation energy. Hence, the application of the catalyst allows the reaction to move faster. Now the concentration of the reactants. If the reactants concentration increases, the reaction rate always increases. So it is again a proportionate relationship. And in case of light, if the intensity of light increases, then the temperature will again increases, and if the temperature will increase, then the collision between the atoms or the collision between the molecules again will increase, and the reaction takes place in a faster basis. So these are all showing a proportionate relationship with the reaction rate. So next is the rate law, which I have already said that it is the mathematical relationship or the mathematical expression which we have obtained by comparing any reaction rates with the reactant concentration, and it is expressed as, you can see, that K into A to the power X into B to the power Y, and it is expressed as the overall order of the reactions. So in case of the A reactant, it is Xth order, and in case of B, it is Yth order, and the overall order of the reaction is the sum of the order of the total reactants, and the K is the rate constant. So next is order of reaction. There are 0th order kind of reaction, 1st order reaction, 2nd order reaction, and might be 3rd order reaction. What are the reaction orders, or how we can identify the reaction order, we will see. So 0th order, in this case, the change in the concentration of the reactants will not produce any effects in the reaction rate. As you can see in this graph as well, that the 0th order shows no change in the reaction rate. Next is 1st order reaction. Here, the doubling of the concentration of any reactants affects the rate of the reaction to be doubled. That means if we double any kind of reactants, the reaction rate will be doubled. In case of 2nd order, doubling of the concentration of reactants result the reaction rate to be quadrupled. That means the 4th time. It shows this kind of curve. And in case of 3rd order reaction, doubling of the concentration of any reactants affect the rate of the reaction to be 8 times. That means it will show almost this kind of graph, and K is the reaction rate constant. As it is a constant, so it has no any kind of dependency on the concentration of the reactants. It is for 3rd order. So the detail of 0th order. As we have learned that in case of 0th order, the change in the concentration of the reactants do not produce any effects in the reaction rate. That means if we assume that A to B, if the concentration of A is 1, the reaction rate will be suppose X. If the concentration of reactants is 2, then again the reaction rate will be X. If it is 3, again x. If it is 4, again x. That means here no change in the reaction rate. And in case of zeroth order, the rate of the reaction is only the reaction rate constant. That means the K. And in case of zeroth order, the graph of the concentration of reactants versus the time will show a straight line curve. We will see in our next slide. And rate is, in this case, is independent of the reactant concentration. Here the straight line curve has a slope about minus K, and if the slope value is negative, that means the concentration of the reactants decreases with the time, and if the slope value is positive, then the product or the change of the concentration of product will show a positive change. So we will see now the graph of the zeroth order. So this is the graph of the zeroth order. Sorry, this would be concentration of A, not ln A. Now the rate of the zeroth order or the reaction rate of the zeroth order reaction is expressed as minus dA dt, as because it is expressed in the sense of reactants, not in the sense of products. And as because it is zeroth order, it is again expressed as the reaction rate varies with a to the power 0. So from this formula, how we can obtain this formula, we will see. So minus dA dt varies equals to, varies a to the power 0. Something to the power 0 means 1. That means on the right hand side it is 1. On our next step, we can write in this way that dA equals to K. dA dt equals to K. Next, dA equals to K dt. Here K is the reaction rate constant. Don't forget this term. Next we will operate integration on both the side. Now we are operating integration. Now the lower limit in this case A0, as because the initial concentration of the reactants is A0 and the ultimate concentration of the reactants is AT. So in this case we will get that minus A0 and AT. And here in this case 0 to T. So K T 0 to T. Now upper limit minus the lower limit, and here K into T minus 0. Now we will transfer this minus to this side. So AT minus A0 equals to minus KT. Hence the above mentioned formula is proven. So I hope you will understand this formula so easily. And in this graph, the straight line shows minus K slope. So next is the first order reaction. In this case, the doubling of the concentration of any reactants will show the doubling of the reaction rate. That means here the concentration of the reactants has an effect on the reaction rate, and here reaction depends on the concentration of only one reactant, and it is almost unimolecular reaction. If other reactants are present, these reactants should be in zero order. Then the whole reaction will be in first order reaction. So in this case, the reaction form is A2 products. In this case, A is reactants and products are products, and the differential rate is, that is the dA dt in the term of the reactants are minus dA dt varies to a to the power 1, and after integration we will obtain this formula. So we will see again how we can obtain this formula from this one. So as you can see that this is the graph of first order reaction. Here it should be ln A. Sorry, this is a typing mistake. So again we will see how from this formula we will obtain this kind of formula. So let's see. Here dA dt minus dA dt equal to K into a to the power 1. Something to the power 1 means the value of that particular number. That means in our next step that dA dt equals to Ka. Now the A will be transferred on left hand side, that means dA by A, and dt in this right hand side, that means K into dt. Next we will operate integration on both the side. So dA by A equal to K integration of dt. Its lower limit 0, upper limit t, and in case of reactant its lower limit A0 and upper limit AT. Integration of dA by A will be ln A. We have to know this formula at least. So in this case it will be ln A, lower limit A0, upper limit at, and in this case k into t minus 0. If we transfer this minus value on the right hand side, we will get ln at a0 minus kt, right? Next, if we want to omit the ln term, we will get that at by a0 equals to e to the power minus kt, as because the formula of ln x equals to y, if we want to omit this ln, it will be as x equals to e to the power y. So we are following only this formula. So in our next step, we can write down it in this way, that at equals to a0 into e to the power minus kt. Hence the above mentioned formula is again proven. And in this graph, ln a on the y-axis while the time on the x-axis, and we will obtain a decreasing kind of straight line curve, and here the slope is again minus k. Next is second order reaction. Here the concentration of the reactants has an effect on the rate of the reactions. Doubling or the double times of the concentration of any reactants can quadruple of the rate of the reactions. That means the fourth time of the initial reaction rate. And here rate of the reaction is the product of the rate of constant and the square of the concentration of the reactants. That means minus dAdt, that is the differential rate formula, is k into a square. Okay, and here in this case the graph we will see on the y-axis the inverse of the concentration of reactants, and the time on the x-axis will obtain this kind of straight line which shows a positive k value or the positive slope value. So we will see in our next slide. You can see this is the graph for the second order reaction, and in this case that is the rate of the reaction, that is minus dAdt varies the square form of the reactants. And how we will obtain this formula from this one, we will see. So from this formula we can write in this way, that dAdt equal to k square. In our next step, dA by a square equal to k dt. Now we will operate integration on both the side, and in this case the lower limit again a0 and upper limit at, here lower limit 0 to t. So we will get this on our next step. So it will be a0 to at. So the integration of the a square is minus 1 by a. Again a0 at, here k into t minus 0. Next step, we can write in this way, that minus 1 by at plus 1 by a0 equal to kt. Now if we multiply this minus with the inner side minus, we will get that 1 by at minus 1 by a0 equal to kt. In next step, 1 by at is 1 by a0 plus kt. That means in this case the slope value is showing a positive value. That is why in the graph the straight line is showing a increasing kind of pattern, and here the slope value will be positive k. So the unit of the k of 0 order, first order or second order or any order we can calculate. So how we should calculate the unit of the k of any order of the reactions, we will see. It is expressed as m to the power minus n. Here n is the order of the reaction plus 1 into time to the power minus 1. M means mole, and the unit of the time is second. In case of 0 order, the value of the n is 0. So the unit of this particular reaction order will be m to the power 1 into s to the power minus 1. That means mole per second. Right? In case of first order, the n value is equal to minus 1. So the unit of the k will be m minus 1 plus 1 into second to the power minus 1. That means m to the power 0 into s to the power minus 1, something to the power 0 means again 1 into s to the power minus 1, that means 1 by second. It is for first order. And in case of second order, n value is 2, that means m to the power minus 2 plus 1 and s to the power minus 1 again. So the value of the reaction rate constant in case of second order reaction will be m to the power minus 1 into s to the power minus 1. If we consider about the third order reaction, what will be the unit of the k? So let's see. In case of third order reaction, the K unit will be mole to the power minus 3 plus 1 into S to the power minus 1. That means mole to the power minus 2 into S to the power minus 1. We can write in this way that 1 by m squared into S. So it is for the third order reaction. So I hope this slide is useful for you to understand the comparison among the units of any kind of reaction order. So it is the comparison among the graphical representation of nth order of the reaction. So the zero order shows a constant basis graph in case of rate versus concentration of the reactants. M for mole, the concentration of the reactants, and T for time on the x-axis. First order shows this kind of graph and second order shows this kind of graph. In case of integral law, the graph between the concentration versus time will show in case of zeroth order, that is a decreasing straight line. In case of first order, this is again a decreasing kind of straight line, and in case of second order reaction, it shows a increasing kind of straight line, as because here the slope value shows positive k, and in this case it is minus k, and in this case it is again minus k. And in this case, in case of zeroth order, on the y-axis the value of the concentration of the reactants. In case of first order, the ln value of the concentration of reactants on the y-axis, and in case of second order, the inverse of the concentration of the reactants on the y-axis, and on the x-axis. In these three cases the time is operated, and we will get this kind of graphs. So these are just a knowledge about the molecularity as well as the rate law. If the reactant is only A and the product is P, then the molecularity is unimolecular, as because one molecule of A, and the rate law or the rate will be K into concentration of A. If the reactants are 2 A's, here rate law will be K into A square, or the concentration of the A square, and the molecularity will be bimolecular, as because two molecules of A. Again A plus B, that means the A and B are the reactants, that means the bimolecular again, and here the rate law or the reaction rate will be K into concentration of A into concentration of B. In case of 3 of the A molecule or the 3 of the reactants of A molecules, that means the molecularity will be trimolecularity, and rate will be K into A cube. In case of 2 A's and 1 B, that means it is again trimolecular, and the reaction rate will be K into A square into B. In case of A, B, C, it is again trimolecular, and the rate will be K into A into B into C. So these 3 for trimolecular, these 2 for bimolecular, and this is 1 for only one molecular or unimolecular. So next is the comparison among the reaction orders. The mentioned properties are rate law, integrated rate law, linear plot or the graphical representation of the following orders, units of the K, that is the reaction rate constant, and the half-life. So the rate law or the differential form of the rate is expressed as minus dAdt various a to the power 0. We already learnt about this, that minus dAdt equals to a to the power 1 minus dAdt various to a square. Integrated rate law, we have already seen this. So At minus A0 equals to Kt, At equal to A0 into e to the power minus Kt, and 1 by At equal to 1 by A0 plus Kt. And if we modify this equation in this way, that At equal to A0 plus Kt. This will be minus. So A0 minus Kt. In these 3 order reactions, which graphs shows a linear straight line, or the straight line either it can be decreasing order or increasing order. In case of 0 order, it is concentration of A versus T. In case of first order, it was for ln A versus T, and in case of second order, it was for 1 by concentration of reactants versus T. Unit of K we have already calculated, that is for 0 order m into s to the power minus 1. In case of first order, s to the power minus 1. In case of second second order, it is m to the power minus 1 and s to the power minus 1. And the half-life for the zero order reaction is the concentration of the A0 by 2K. In case of first order reaction, it is ln2 by K, and in case of second order reaction, it is 1 by K into the concentration of A0. So this is for today's session. Thank you guys. If you find this lecture is helpful for you, then give feedback, and to give feedback you can like this video, you can share this video with your family, friends, fellow mates and so on, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. So till then, be safe, be healthy, and bye bye.